The Crypto Markets Update is presented by Grayscale, the world's largest digital currency asset manager. Wildly successful.
Can't hear him. Cannot hear him.
Sorry about that, everyone. We'll go. So, cryptocurrency Solana has just about quadrupled in the past month, and our next guest is hoping to get a tiny piece of any further upside. Joining us now is Greg King, CEO of Osprey Funds, which has just launched the Osprey Solana Trust. Welcome back, Greg.
Thanks, Lawrence. Good morning.
Great to have you on again. So first, before we get into Solana, let's talk first about what's going on in the majors with Bitcoin and Ethereum. Obviously, we saw this big pullback over the past few days, and it seemed to have been kicked off minutes or hours before Brian Armstrong's tweets about the SEC. Do you think that there's anything going on behind the scenes there where somebody might have known about something going on and sold out their position before all that stuff became public?
No, I wouldn't go as far as to say that. I mean, there's obviously stuff going on behind the scenes there. It coincided with the El Salvador news. My initial reaction was it was one of these, buy the rumor, sell the news type of events. I'm not reading too much into it. Obviously, crypto's volatile, Bitcoin's volatile, and it's still up significantly over the last 3 months or 12 months, however you look at it. But yeah, I don't think that the dynamics between the SEC and Coinbase are great, and lots of folks are focused on that. I would say, though, that if anything, that should impact other coins more so than Bitcoin, because Bitcoin's one of the few that have been determined to be commodities by the powers that be. So some of these questions around some of the others are perhaps more impactful on coins other than Bitcoin.
So what caused the recent sell-off, though, in the past few days? We're now down to around 44,000. We were much higher earlier, much higher, of course, relatively speaking. But, we've seen this pullback. What in the past few days has caused it?
I think it's just a little bit of churning. I can't point to anything specific. You heard, one of the previous guests, Scaramucci, was bullish up to 100,000 going into year end. We have a similar view that we're still in a major uptrend. The SALT conference is happening right now. A lot of institutions are figuring out how to get access. Excuse me. So they are slowly plodding forward. And I think that those numbers on a fixed base of tokens just imply future upside.
Looking at Ethereum, we've seen a bit of a pullback there as well after a nice run up ahead of the hard fork. Do you think that some of the excitement about the so-called Ethereum killers might have caused at least some rotation out of ETH and into, let's say, Solana, for instance?
Yeah. There, I do think that's correct. Obviously, you have a battle in these, non-Bitcoin layer one protocols for supremacy. That's just early. I mean, I don't know. Are we at the sort of bottom of the first inning or something like that? It's really just getting started. And obviously, Solana's had a big run the last several weeks and is very much topical. It seems like everywhere we turn, people are talking about Solana. So we're excited about our new Solana Fund, the Osprey Solana Fund we just launched a few days ago. Another one, Algorand, has been in the news quite a bit. And you see that Skybridge is launching a fund. We launched ours a couple months ago. And so there is a little bit of a battle here. And I think some of these, what people call altcoins, are taking a little bit of market share away from ETH.
You guys have a very quick turnaround on some of these things. How does that happen? How are you guys able to get the likes of a Solana fund so quickly out to market?
Well, it may look quick. It's actually not. We've just been working on it for a while. So, it takes us several months to kind of piece things together behind the scenes. But we had determined to launch a Solana fund, several months back. Met with the team back in June, the founding team of Solana, and have really been working on it all summer. It just happened to coincide with this big run up. Actually, wish it hadn't, obviously, so our initial investors could experience the run up. but we think there's a lot more to go.
What else is in your pipeline? Do you have any other coins that you're looking at launching a fund for?
We do. Our approach right now is to curate the layer one protocols and bring the best of what we think has a promising future out to market, so investors can get access via a fund. A lot of investors aren't comfortable going in and setting up wallets and trading these themselves. So $10,000 is the minimum, and folks can apply on our website and get funded within a day or two, and have these funds it was settling into their IRAs and brokerage accounts, depending on their custodian. So that's what we're doing. You'll see more of that, and you'll be the first to know, Lawrence, as soon as we have a new one to launch.
Thank you. And one question I have is you filed an amendment recently to your Bitcoin ETF application. What exactly was it, and why did you do it?
Well, we became the Osprey Bitcoin Trust became an SEC reporting company, which means that investors don't have to hold for 1 year. They can only hold for 6 months. So without going into all the details around how these private placements work, typically there's a 1-year holding period by statute that's required. But if you voluntarily report to the SEC, which takes a while to kind of organize and put together, you can shorten that period to 6 months. So we're now in that situation with the Bitcoin Fund and intend to pursue that with all of our funds over time.